Yeah, so I know you may be looking into the potential of having an all natural product to help your human growth hormone potentially stop declining with age or stabilize or potentially even start to rise again. Our Renew product that we're getting ready to introduce you actually has two international patents on it for two separate pathways of helping that process to occur. But Kristen White, who is about to be 40, has been in the athletic performance world her whole adult life. She owns a CrossFit gym by one of the top muscle magazines in the world. 2 years in a row, she got ranked number 2 in the country in that magazine. But Kristen's been using the Renew, tracking all the data on her watch. And she's going to share what it's done for VO2 max, what it's done for abs, what it's done for just a whole slew of different things. But this is just a few pictures of her, some of her certifications that she has. And I was going to get here. So one of the things she's going to be talking to you about is the difference that's occurred in her abs at 40 compared to her 20. So I just wanted you to see that. And then you'll also see there the record time, and you're going to hear her go through VO2 max and how it relates to longevity and how her VO2 max is consistently declined with the use of HGH. So Kristen White, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah. So, a little bit about the product. He's right. I've been using it since it was launched in 2021. I actually didn't think I really needed it because I was mid 30s and I was like, my HGH is probably still kind of high. But if you're looking at this product and you're thinking, do I want to try it? Do I want to not? I want to tell you, if you are over 30, this is a product you should absolutely put into your life because this is going to be a product that can naturally, one, boost your HGH or prevent decline. So if you're wondering what HGH is in general, it is your human growth hormone. Okay. So this is going to be released from your pituitary gland into your bloodstream. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what HGH is, how it helps your body, but then I'm going to tell you how this product actually helps your body start how it gets the production going again. So first, let me tell you a little bit of background about HGH and why you want it, why you don't want to lose it, okay, what it does for you. So this is your human growth hormone. It is released from your pituitary gland. The signal has to be released from the hypothalamus. So remember that as I talk to you about the product first. So the signal gets released from the hypothalamus, goes to the pituitary gland, and a hormone. What is a hormone? A hormone travels into your bloodstream and starts signaling a whole bunch of different things, whether it's to the liver, to the other organs, whatever it is. Hormones give signals, right? So human growth hormone, it's got to give a signal to somewhere else. This is no different. So growth hormone, this signal is going to get picked up by your liver. That's where we want it to go first because this is actually going to give another signal. It is going to give the signal to release a different hormone, which is insulin-like growth factor 1. This is an enormously good hormone for you to have. So growth hormone actually signals another hormone. And again, it's called IGF-1. Now, this hormone is going to be released in the liver, and then it's going to start signaling out a whole bunch of different other processes, which for me, as being in the training world, was huge for me. I realized, oh, this is why this is happening. This is why this is happening. But for anybody, you don't want to lose it because it's going to be good for your amino acid transport improvement, protein synthesis promotion. Why are those important? Because that's cellular repair, that's tissue growth, that's muscle size, that's muscle function, that's muscle growth, that's cartilage. We're thinking amino acids, right? That is linked to everything. That is the building block of all tissues, the building blocks of all muscles, right? You don't want to lose that. Even as you age, you want to be strong. You want to be able to move. You want to be able to bend down and pick something up. Obviously, athletic performance, muscles, growth, muscle density, muscle function. That's huge for me, but that should be good for anybody. You don't even realize that protein synthesis is linked to the enamel on your teeth. So that's important too. It's just keeping your teeth strong, keeping everything building. That's why we call it the longevity hormone, why we call it the youth hormone, right? So even down to those little finite things, you don't want to lose this hormone or the production of it. We want to keep it accelerated. But also that hormone, the growth hormone, when we think about it also in the liver, it's also going to help with your fatty acid utilization. So it's going to help lipolysis. This is why people get leaner when their human growth hormone is up. It will actually help the breakdown of the free fatty acid chains. So you're not dependent on glucose as much. Your body will start using fat for fuel, and you didn't even do anything. You just start using it. You start getting leaner just walking around because you have more HGH in your body. So that is why when I used this product for about 9 months, I was like, I'm down 8 pounds. I didn't do anything different but start putting this in. That's why the difference in the stomach started coming out, because my body started actually breaking down those free fatty acids that I had built up in my gut. I feel like because I was aging, but it was starting to reverse and use them. And again, this is a builder product. So I always say, when you use this, you can't skip. It's like medicine. When people get on medicine, the doctor says you have to take this every day for it to work. It's no different with your supplements. You have to use it every day. This product is no different. You have to use it every day. And I did. I used it like clockwork every day. And I'm going to talk to you in a bit why it's important to use it at the same time every day. But the breakdown of the triglycerides and triglycerol, breaking them down to free fatty acids, your body will uptake it, and lipolysis will happen when you have a surplus of growth hormone. So let's talk about, this is just a few things, by the way, that growth hormone can do. I'm only picking a few because I was told I only had 15 minutes. These were my favorite points that human growth hormone did. So it helps the promotion of protein synthesis. It helps amino acid transport. So it's building muscle, but then we're also breaking down fat. So those were huge for me. But then let's talk about why we want to put the product in and how the product helps, or the decline. Do we have that slide, by the way, where it shows?
We do.
Can we show that real quick? Because as you age, your HGH is going to naturally start dropping. Now, other factors will make your HGH drop. Stress and inflammation will do that as well. So inadequate sleep will make your HGH drop. But age is one of those factors that is actually going to just naturally decline. But if you have stress and you're not sleeping well, it's going to be an additional add-on to your HGH being declined. So let's go back and show the slide where you actually show your age. So look at where you are. This would be a big indicator if you're thinking, should I try this or not? If you, again, I was 30 and I was like, let me give it a try anyways. I was already not sleeping well. And, you know, I do overstress. I have a high inflammation because of my exercise. So I was like, I'll give it a try. But as you age, you start producing two things. You start producing an enzyme called DPP4, and you also start producing a hormone called somatostatin. Now, everybody produces somatostatin anyway. Now, I'm not saying somatostatin is a terrible, terrible thing. You're going to produce it no matter what, because it's a universal inhibiting hormone. At some point, you got to produce it, because you got to have, it's going to inhibit hormones like your thyroid hormone, and it's going to inhibit growth hormone, because you don't want an overload of growth hormone or you're going to get huge. You don't want an overgrowth of thyroid hormone, and you don't want an overgrowth of certain. You've got to have a little bit, but this is the beauty of this product. It makes things natural. Okay, but you also don't want an overload of somatostatin either. Now, DPP4 enzyme, terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You don't want it. And this is what this product does. It is going to offer this, the two blends. We have a signal booster blend, and then we have the amino booster blend. And it is actually going to go in and block these two pathways. The DPP4 enzyme, it's going to be an inhibitor for it. And this blend is actually 99.99% effective at blocking this enzyme. I don't know if y'all knew that, but it works. It is proven, our studies prove that this enzyme will get blocked when you take Renew. Our amino booster blend will help block the somatostatin. So guess what that means? When it goes into our brain, that enzyme, the DPP4 and the somatostatin starts getting blocked, and the hypothalamus starts sending the signal back to the pituitary gland and says, you may now make HGH again. This is huge because as we age, those two signals are trying to say, don't make it. It's kind of like giving a bad connection, and we want that connection to be free flowing again. I don't know if y'all remember the internet in the 90s where you kind of got a connection and you kind of didn't. You're like kind of trying to get in. You're trying to get, that's kind of what these two chemicals do, or the enzyme and the hormones do. They're kind of like, there's bad connections. They're not getting that signal to the pituitary gland. This is now like the best connection you can get when you get new internet back in your life. It's like opened back up. But that's what these two boosting blends do. If you look at the box, I have the box right here. Bodybuilding world, I'm just going to give y'all some background. The bodybuilding world has known for a long time that L-arginine and L-citrulline are growth hormone producers. They take them before they work out. They know that they help growth hormone. That is in here. They are brain barriers. They cross the brain barriers and they help growth hormone open back up. If you were to look at the back of our box, that is the 2 amino acids we have in our Renew right there together, and they work best together. So we have the amino acids that we know help with HGH2. We go past that. When we talk about the product, they've already put the things in the signal boosting blend, the amino boosting blend, but they have the vitamin blend and the restorative blends. The vitamin blend has our B3s, our zincs. We know those are great for signaling in the brain, HGH production. And then, of course, in the restorative blend, we have GABA. And so what GABA does is help you sleep, right? It gets you into that restful night's sleep. Sleep is the biggest thing you can do for boosting your human growth hormone. You produce the most when you're asleep. That is in the highest levels of HGH production happen, specifically in the first few hours of being asleep. So this is why you take this 30 minutes before you sleep, going to get you into your restful night's sleep. And the highest production happens typically in the first, second hour. That's the biggest surplus. It is super important to go to bed. Now I am very anal. I am very OCD about my sleep. I take this at the same time every night. I lay down at the same time every night. My phone cuts off at the same time. Like I want my production of HGH to surge. And I'm really perturbed if I'm interrupted between 10 and 12, because I know that's when my HGH will be surplusing, because I go to bed at the same time every night. Your body actually is ready to start producing it. It is in a cycle. It will get in a cycle. You want that to happen. It is when you will recover the best. It is when your HGH will shoot up the highest. If you can get in the biggest cycle of sleep, you will have the biggest production of HGH. And that's when this product is going to work the best. Now, I understand some of you will say to me, I can't take that at night. It keeps me awake. You can still take this during the day. It's completely fine. But try to go to bed at the same time every night and still get in the same cycle. Your HGH will still rise. The other ways you can get your HGH up, we know, is exercise. That is when the next HGH surge will happen. Fasting, intermittent fasting can also help with that. And of course, keeping your inflammation down will also help.
So, Kristen, I want to ask you there's 4 things for you that you saw happen. So let's start with the first one that occurred was sleep. Can you share when that occurred and how you felt?
I slept all the way through the night 1, when I took the product. That was the first time in a few years that I had slept all the way through the night. I thought it was a fluke. I really thought it was a fluke. I thought I must have been tired or sick. which I don't really get sick, but I thought there must have been a fluke to it. And it was not a fluke. The night two, I slept all the way through the night again. And now I literally can't remember a time that I have not slept either solid, or if I do get up, I fall right back to sleep. I'm not up looking at the alarm clock. I don't look at the alarm clock. I just fall right back to
And then
sleep.
the second data you saw was I've got the screenshot of the text you sent, but it was more than the PR.
Yeah.
It was a faster time, but less exertion. Can you share that real quick?
Yeah. And this one's actually, this picture is my client's. So when she started it, she saw a PR within a week and a half of being on the product. My first PR happened within a month of being on the product, and now my VO2 max is up to a 54, and the highest it can be is a 60.
Yeah. So for those that don't understand VO2 max, that there's almost all longevity doctors are in agreement. There's two main things to live a long life: limit sugar intake to almost zero and simple carbs, stabilize blood sugar all the time. But the second big one, and in some doctors even more important, is the measurement of your VO2 max predicts longevity better than anything else. And Kristen, you didn't change your workout. Your VO2 max just started getting better on its own.
It did. It just started getting, I was able just to uptake oxygen better. And I really just feel like that has something to do with increase of muscle size of tissues, with lung capacity and probably heart capacity. It's really the only thing I can think of. And I can share my screen if y'all want to see some pictures. I did put some together. I hate sharing them,
Yeah,
but
we've
I
got about
did put,
3 minutes left. We would love
okay,
to see them. And as you're sharing, I'm going to ask you the question. You have to answer. You get done sharing, so it's hard to do two things at one time. But
okay.
there was four things that you saw. We've already mentioned better sleep, improved VO2 max, better times with also the measurement of less exertion, getting those better times. But the fourth thing you saw is that you had better abs at 39 than you did at 29, with zero difference in your dietary or workout habits.
Yeah, and I really think that had to do with the lipolysis. I don't know if it was, is it crooked or is it turned
No,
right?
it turned for us. Yep, you're good.
I think that had to do with the lipolysis and the way that fatty acid utilization can be with the surplus and keeping the inflammation down. There are, you know, obviously Renew is not the only thing I use. It was as Ashley Rowland likes to say, the fuel to the or the gas to the fire. It was, I use MOA, I use some of the other things, and my inflammation was down. But there was just something else, just not, there was just another piece that was not clicking. I, this is what just started get the trim down. It was the only thing I did differently, and my body just changed. And that this is my VO2 max right here. So I did put it on there. So if y'all don't know what that is, it is the way you maximize your oxygen consumption. But I want to just show y'all my face because this is the ones I don't like showing. That was me at 31. And I just feel like my face skin looked so old to be 31 there, to be 39. And when you really think, when you put in nutrition and the way collagen can change, and by the way, this is a huge collagen maker and supporter. It's amino acids, and collagen is linked back to all of this. When you really put the right nutrition in, it will show up on the outside. It will always, you can put anything you want to on your face, ladies, but the best thing you can do for your skin is ingest the right nutrition. It will show up on the outside. And I always say too, if you look different on the outside, imagine what your insides are looking like. They are so much healthier. They're just so much healthier. Organs will be so much stronger, and you will live so much longer, and you'll feel so much better. So these were, I hate showing that picture on the left, but I did that for y'all this morning. So I hope nobody's screenshotting this.
So
But
if anybody has watched this video today and you're interested in the Renew, we love, if for those that are trying to lose weight, perfect body composition, balance hormones, all the above, the Renew Skinny Drop combination is our favorite combination. And if a person pays their $29.95, you can actually do the Renew and Skinny Drops together on an auto ship cheaper than you can buy either one individually, not in the company retail. So really good reason there to be a part of us. And if you have any desire, because these two will reset your life. Ashley had the same thing occur, Christine, in this segment, but she was at 135 on the drops and really only took the Renew because I told her that would probably be good for her, because a lot of people think it's only associated, like you're talking about, with athletic performance, muscle, but it's not. It's the longevity hormone in the medical world. All cellular regeneration has to have HGH present. So better hair, better skin, better nails, better everything. So she began it, but you went from 135 to
115.
115 in how long?
About 4, 5, 6 months, maybe. So it wasn't just like overnight, but it was just that gradual loss of weight, and I didn't change anything in what I was doing already. So, what Kristen was saying, she didn't change anything. I didn't change anything. I just added the Renew into my life. So it started optimizing my body.
Yeah, and we're investigators. Like, we don't ever want to say something anecdotally and not have some type of scientific basis, at least. So there is a book out there by Dr. Stephen Colbert. If any of you are in that menopause phase of life, I always highly recommend him. Go read him. Just Amazon him, Dr. Stephen Colbert. What's the actual name of that book?
Hormone.
Dr. Stephen Colbert, you'll see it. He is a top endocrinologist in Orlando, but he has a whole, when we went and started doing our investigation, he had a whole chapter devoted just to human growth hormone, where he said that if a woman can optimize her HGH, in return, it will help to optimize her other hormones, such as progesterone, estrogen, even testosterone in the woman's body. But we'll bring this segment to an end. Thank you so much, Kristen White, for joining us today.
Yes, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.